Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Logger Dragonite here, and today is going to be part 5 to what if Naruto had the power. Anyway, last time we let off of Naruto and Alpha discover that there's another power coin in their power chamber that's not one of theirs. And Naruto makes clones to upgrade the security. Let's get straight back into that, shall we? As the clones quickly made sure that security is top notch, Naruto observes the power coin, the Silver Minotaur power coin. Now, Naruto doesn't have a feeling about it, like good or bad. He has a neutral feeling about this power coin. But as soon as he gets close, he discovers something that is kind of shocking, but also sad. You see, when a power coin glows like the way the silver power coin means, it means both the power coin and the Zord are dying. And there's only one way for them to be completely healed. A strong power source or a strong energy. So, since there was no time, because there's literally like 5 minutes left before the Zord and power coin died, Naruto takes a rash decision. Now, all of you have known before, earlier in this what if story, that I said Naruto had storm release. Well, after consulting people's views on Discord, or not only that, but I ask opinion of some of my most frequent fans who are the first ones to watch my video, that I know on Discord. They all came to one conclusion. Storm release Naruto, in this was a bit too overpowered. And so, I decided to get rid of Storm Release. So Naruto sacrifices his Storm Release sub-element to save the Zord and Power Coin. Little does anyone know that this opened a new way for Naruto's energies to make another sub-release. However, Naruto will not know about the sub-release until much later. Anyway, since it's still 3 months before the Land of Waves arc, Naruto has plenty of time. So, since no one voted on what of the 3 choices does Naruto do, I decided to mix them. So the first month, Naruto basically made 10 clones a day and had them do DMX missions. Well, he made 3 super enhanced clones, one to go to Team Kakashi, Team Kunai, and Team Asuma, while he himself went to the Forest of Death to train in solitude. While it is good and all to be Naruto's current strength, unless you completely master the basics and keep them polished, you're not going to win. Now, during that time, something amazing happened. Something that I don't think even Naruto realized. But before Naruto left the world of the Power Rangers, it seemed that Zordon had scanned through different versions of Naruto, and made a list of techniques. However, this list is not complete because parts of it were taken out. Because Zordon felt like something would be too overpowered for young Naruto. So, here's Naruto's revised jutsu list. Now, just to let you all know, that Naruto only have one S-rank jutsu, and that's his regular ninja arts. All those other elements are up to B rank, so I'll read them. For E rank for his ninjutsu, plain ninja arts, transformation, substitution, chakra strings, gentle collision, ball of light, and signaling. Now, I like to think Ink, the person who made it, I'm trying to remember what that Naruto story was. Naruto, the Game of Life fanfiction. Made by Seer King. Hey, if Sia King does see this video, I hope you appreciate what I said about you, man. I love your stories. In fact, if I were to rate my top 3, it would have to be like fanfics based on my 3 favorite authors. The first would be Transformers Prime joining the battle. Second would be Naruto, The Game of Life. And third and final, in my top 3 basically share the same rank. I'm just saying them in order like of what I read them, learned about them. The third and final choice that is tied with my other 2 favorite choices will have to be Exover, Gamer of the Void, which is a high school DxD fanfiction, which I think is pretty impressive. If I were to compare Naruto the Game of Life and the Game of the Void, I say they show potential for eventually a crossover if they get that far. Or, besides, its Game of the Void is a much stronger gamer, but since Naruto is so new with the gamer power, I feel like the Game of the Void would be a good teacher for Naruto. Well, anyway, going back to this fanfiction. Now, D rank for ninja arts. Body flicker. Chakra echolocation, Richiruka actually gave Naruto, along with 3 other scrolls, or techniques. Chakra suppression, camouflage, and rope escape. Invisibility escape was also a jutsu that Naruto unlocked accidentally. Chakra bullet, which actually isn't a jutsu that I find anywhere, so I kind of made like a regular pure manipulation rank technique for Naruto. So if anyone wants to use Chakra bullet in the Naruto stories, feel free. Also, I hope you can take it to the potential, because remember, Chakra bullet is not only a exercise for chakra manipulation, but if one were to go full out with Chakra bullet, they can pretty much make a version of Chakra bullet for each rank, including SSEX, which is the highest rank of jutsu and secrets. In fact, it's very rare that a secret like that is revealed. Anyway, continuing on. Manipulated Shuriken, Shadow Shuriken, Viewing Screen, Tao Shuriken, Shuriken Wind Dance. Those jutsu are from the Saratori clan that Naruto learned from the Blood Clone, one of the Fiddle Kage, while he was in the Power Ranger universe. Specifically, this is in between Power Rangers Season 2 and Power Rangers Season 6. C rank. Now, I will admit I did not realize that one technique on my list that I actually sing that is actually jutsu is actually medical jutsu, so I have to switch that around. So it's not on my C rank list. If you see in my other like stories, it's not from there. Okay, first C rank technique, Tornado Rasengan. Now, just so you know, Naruto does know the Rasengan, but the thing is, he doesn't know it fully yet. He just knows the first step in manipulation exercise. That's how Naruto created the Tornado Rasengan. Chakra Absorption, Striking Shadow Snake, Chakra Flow, Telescope, Sound Barrier, World Piercing Step, Summoning, Giant Shuriken, and Shuriken Giant Body, let me rephrase that, Shuriken Shadow Clone, and Kunai Shadow Clone. Last 3 are also from the Saratori clan. And B rank, Shadow Clones, Great Clone Explosion, Chakra Strength Enhancement, Solar Flare, a technique I personally made. It as a way to signal your comrades, but also to blindside an enemy for a good 30 seconds. Temporary Paralysis, Perverted Knockout, Book Shadow Clone. Now, a small side note, I originally didn't come up with Book Shadow Clone. It actually came up when I was talking to a friend of mine who does Naruto stories, and he like jokingly said, "Oh, it would be funny if there's a Shadow Clone version of books." And I say, "Why not? I mean, after all, it'll be easier than just checking out the books out of the library, right? Because if anyone understands what happened to Naruto early in his life, you can see how that wasn't good." Anyway, A. For A rank, Wild Lion's Mane. A. Naruto only knows the basics of it. He doesn't know like the full stuff of it, so he can barely make his hair go out at least like 6 inches. Actually, you know what? I think this is one version of Naruto that won't have Wild Lion's Mane. While it's such a good defensive technique, I don't think Naruto can use it at this current capacity. Sure, he has the physical and mental strength to it, but no. Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, which is the evolved form of Shadow Clones. For example, Naruto, in under an hour, can learn the regular Shadow Clone Jutsu without any help. But multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, we basically had Naruto using all of his chakra at once when we first see him in the anime. That's 1,000 clones. And since, basically, multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu is supposed to be 10 times in a regular Shadow Clone Jutsu, it's reasonable to say that in canon Naruto can make a max of 100 Shadow Clones. Up his max. Axe. That can be used for training without being dispelled easily. Yeah. Sexy Jutsu. Yes, Naruto still made that as a way to counter the third Hokage. In fact, he actually used a couple pranks on both the male and female members of Ranger teams for a good laugh. But also showed some humility. Now, just to let you all know, I'm only going to read Naruto's Wind, Water, and Earth style. Oh, and the S-rank jutsu that Naruto learns is the Time Chamber Jutsu. He only knows that jutsu. At the moment, the S-rank jutsu, Naruto will not know until much later. Some of these Naruto made, others he are his inheritance. But actually, technically, Naruto knows 2 S-rank jutsu. The Time Chamber Jutsu and the Puppy Dug Eye Jutsu. It's a instinctive jutsu for a lot of people. Now, for Wind style. I don't want to credit myself I came up with some of these techniques, but I also like to say, if anyone who's interested in like wind techniques, because when I originally made like my jutsu list that I was gonna pick jutsu from for my stories, I was very surprised at how few like some of these jutsu are like for each rank. So I made some of each rank. So if anyone wants to, I'm free to help. Anyway, E rank for wind: Snake Buster, Wind Wave, Wind Cutter, Rotating Shuriken, Down Current, Gentle Breeze, Deodorize. Down Current is basically a low-level version of its evolved version. For D rank, Wind Bullet, Drilling Wind Bullet, Wind Prison. Prison techniques are normally B rank, but wind style is different. Wind Arrow, Cool Breeze, the evolved version of Gentle Breeze, Cutting Wing, Air Vortex, Wind Body Flicker, Southern Gust, and Breakthrough. C rank, Gale Palm, Great Breakthrough, the evolved version of Breakthrough, Wind Dome, Vacuum Bullets, Great Breach, Piercing Spear, Dragon's Roar, or Air Current Wind Dance, and Spiraling Wind Ball, Wind Wave, Vacuum Sphere, Flower Scattering Dance, and Wind Wave, Tornado Lance, Sonic Boom, Mini Air Slashes, Wind Soul, Bird of Prey, Tornado Fist, Divine Wind, Hurricane Fist, Pressure Balls, Wind Bullet Rain, Lion's Roar, Twin Wind Blades, and Wind Armor. For B rank, Wind Clone, Wind Blade, Pressure Damage, Wind Dragon, Lion Tornado Blast, Wind Blade Wall, Wind Shuriken, Cutting Whirlwind, Dance of the 5-Point Star, Great Tornado, Hurricane Force, Hurricane Blast, and Immense Great Breakthrough. There were other B rank jutsu, but I'm saving those for later. And you know what? I'll save A rank as well. Water style. You know what? I'm revealing too much. Let's get into it. So while Naruto's 10 clones a day are doing D ranks, Naruto, his clones are training with the teams getting Naruto stuff. Naruto goes on a couple of C rank missions with other older squads. One particular mission is one I made very interesting for the story. Now, there's no need for Naruto to use his, well, powers, his ranger powers. But at the same time, there's no monsters. But at the same time, there's still bandits and that stuff. So, as Naruto headed out with with the tuning team that he's with, accompanied by Anko, they all talk about how they had to travel to 3 ninja villages that are going to be sending teams for the tuning exams, like to let them know that there were some adjustments. So Naruto asked if he could drive them all there, and they all jokingly said sure. And Naruto said, "Ed, summon White Maelstrom Zord." And the only reason why Naruto is using White Maelstrom is because it's the only Zord that's a vehicle that can carry multiple people. Other Zords only have 1 seat, unfortunately. It became more common for Zords to have multiple spots, like, after Turbo. Anyway, as they're driving to Suna, it's quickly there within, like, 6 hours. While Naruto waited outside the village, while Anko and her team delivered the papers to the Kazekage, he talks with Gaara, Kankuro, and Tamai, when all of a sudden, Naruto feels like a pull towards him. Not a bad kind of pull, more like a pull that is calling him, a resonance, if you will. So, Naruto asks Gaara to accompany him, and they head 2 miles north of Suna's main entrance, and there they find a temple. Naruto and Gaara immediately go in, and wondering what's here. Now, this is something interesting. They find 3 things of note here. The Iron Power Coin, which is one of the Lost Thunder Power Coins. The Iron Zord, which let me take a look. Let me just scroll on my list to my Zords, and I will reveal you. You know what? I'll let you guys guess, actually, what animals are for those Zords. But not only is the Iron Zord there, but the Aqua Zord is there as well. But the thing is, the Aqua Power Coin is missing. Naruto frowns at this, and Gaara asks, "What's wrong, Naruto?" And Naruto says, "These are the 2 of the 5 lost Zords I've been trying to find, but the thing is, only one has the power coin. The other power coin's missing." And Gaara frowns, saying, "Unless I'm mistaken, that barrier that we felt while coming in," Naruto says, "You sensed it too?" Gaara nods. And Naruto said, "I still like to know how these Zords even got from where my mentors are from, because there's like a giant dimension barrier." Now, just as Naruto basically taps both the Zords, which are teleported to the Zord Bay under Naruto's clan compound, Naruto takes the Iron Power Coin, and say, "Huh." And Gaara says, "What?" "I think Uncle might be interested. You know, Gaara, can I tell you a secret?" And Gaara goes, "Sure, Naruto." And Naruto says, "I'm thinking of basically bringing back the power, using a lot of the power coins that you found, under my chair, to make new morphers. Except I'm not gonna make the mistake that my predecessor made when he made the original power coins." Now this, Gaara raises an eyebrow, and Naruto explains. You see, he made 1 set of power coins, basically be in command of 4 different Zords. That's why when the grid containing the energy for the coins were destroyed, the coins were basically inert. But if they have at least 2 main Zords dedicated to each coin, Naruto explains to Gaara, then even if the power that supplies the coin extra energy is destroyed, the coin will be able to function like normal. And Gaara nods. So, oh, as they head back to Suna, Gao brings up an interesting point. You know, Naruto, I have been wondering, you, from what I heard, you made a version. There were three ranger teams that you know of that you had a part of being. Naruto says yes, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Turbo Rangers. Though technically, the Mighty Morphin Rangers, there are two different versions of Mighty Morphin Rangers. In Naruto Ryu's and everyone's Gari's and everyone said, and those were being the original, which controlled the Dino and Thunder Zords, because the Thunder Zords were the evolved version of the Dino Zords. Let's go on, odds. And then Naruto said, and finally, the the Mighty Morphin team that controlled the Ninja and Shogun Zords. Two different ninja teams. Similar design, but different powers. Yes, Gar nodded. Now, Naruto was in deep thought, and he thought of something, and says, Gara, how would you like to become a Power Ranger? And Gari's eyebrow says, are you sure, Naruto? And Naruto nods. And say, you have to come to Konoha, and I will have to give you your power, see which power will be best fit for you. Though, if I was a betting man, I would say either the yellow, black, white, green, or maybe even silver power coin. And Gar raised an eyebrow, but didn't comment. As they got back, they picked up Anko in her team. Gar says goodbye to Naruto. And he's in deep thought, so he talks to his father. A heart-to-heart talk, if you will. Next place they go will be the Hidden Clown Village. There, Naruto eats Killer Bee and Yukato Ni, chatting up with them and giving them advice on how to use the tail beast, even fixing their seals. Now, what Noah did, Len, over there, is basically he made it so the seal that if a tail beast is extracted from its Jinchuriki, the Jinchuriki wouldn't die. So the first two that have this three that have this seal besides Naruto is Gaara, Yukato, and Killer Bee. Next, Naruto headed to the Hidden Waterfall Village. There, he met Fu and did the same treatment. And on the way back, Naruto, the Chunings, and Anko ran into Ukitaka as he was attacked by a missing nin. Naruto gives his fellow Jinchuriki a hand, beating them soundly, might I add, before Ukitaka gave Naruto two things. One, a scroll of information of what Gato's been doing. And two, Ukitaka revealed that something's been going on in the Hidden Mist Village lately, which caused me to leave. Naruto nods. After changing Ukitaka's seal, he headed back to the Hidden Leaf Village. Now, during that time, his clones made miraculous progress repairing the Zords. However, unfortunately, the Mighty Morphin Dino Zords are still out of commission. But, thankfully, Naruto foresaw this and decided to spend time using the Ninja and Shogun Zords. However, Naruto didn't want to use the Turbo Zords just yet. Because you see, Naruto learns ninjas about his turbo powers. You see, if he were to focus his turbo energy too much while he's enraged, not only does he get a massive boost, but the drawbacks is that he's completely exhausted. Naruto learned that the hard way when he tried to combine his turbo energy in the Ranger universe, and as a result, Naruto was exhausted and could not participate in any fighting for 3 weeks. Yeah, that's a surprise for everyone. Anyway, they headed back to Hidden Leaf Village, report the success to the Hokage. After that, Naruto decides to learn some more jutsu. And surprise, Naruto learns that Kakashi put in a good word with Naruto's friend Tenzo. You see, while Naruto learned the basics of water style, which involve the E and D ranks, he doesn't have anything above C. So, I'm just gonna read all of Naruto's water style from E to C rank. I hope you guys are enjoying this. E rank: Water Shuriken, Water Gun, Water Vapor Clone, Filtrate, which is good if you need to filtrate water, Condensation, Evaporation, Water Bowl. D rank: Water Body Flicker, Water Bullet, Water Pulse, Water Snake, Evening Squall. Oh, though Naruto doesn't show why he was taught that one. Water Crystal. Ooh, I forgot. I actually put some water juice in that one. Naruto, whoops. Forget Evening Squall and Water Crystal, my friends. I accidentally put them on the list. Water Army Platoon, Water Fang Bullet, Tearing Torrent, Sticky Water, Black Rain, Torrent, Water Drainage. Now for C rank, Ripping Torrent, Waterfall, Water Prison, Gun and Shot. Hidden Mist is Water Tiger, Cold Sky Water Attack, Serve Trap Binding Rope, Torrential Slash, Water Whip, Cold Water Sky Attack, Fury Wave, Water Rush, Snake's Mouth, Raging Waves, Spring Burst, Black Rain. Oh wait, I already put Black Rain on there. Oops. Great Water Bullet, Water Snake, Strike, Hydro Blaster, Hydro Blast, Water Jet Lance, and Pillar of Raging Water. Naruto thanks Tenzo for this and decided to teach Tenzo some of his techniques. Now this goes on for about 2 months of Naruto's doing this stuff. If we're paying his Zords, all that stuff, using powers, but he always kept alert, not knowing what's going on. Till finally, they get a mission quest from the Land of Waves. And here's the kicker. 2 Pacific quests, 3 Genin teams, and Naruto be the leader of the team. What is going on in Waves that someone send a personal request like this to Naruto? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like goal for this video is going to be 3. And I'm going to be posting one question in the comments. What Zord do you think the Iron Power Coin is for? With that, I'll see you all later. Till all are one, and may the Force be with you always.